Hello, my name is David Giovacchini and I'm a loan modification advisor with the Help Now program. In this video I'm going to explain to you what a loan modification is, how it's good for you, how it's good for the banks, and how it's good for the economy overall. Now, the things that we're going to cover are: what is a loan modification? Why should I get a modification? How do I know if I qualify? Why would a bank want to modify my loan? And what are typical results? A good way to think of a loan modification is you use your existing loan that you currently have and you negotiate with yourself or a professional with the bank who holds the loan to adjust some of the points to a payment that you can afford to pay to stay in the home. Now, a loan modification enables you to stay in your home because it's a payment that you can afford. There's no credit check necessary. In fact, many of the things that will disqualify you from a refinance, such as having a high loan to value or the income is not enough, will actually help you get a loan modification because these are considered hardships. Now, what are the typical results of a loan modification? Why do you want one? The typical results include reduced mortgage payment, 3 to 12 months without a mortgage payment, reduced interest rate, reduced principal balance or loan balance, paying principal and interest instead of just interest, and fixed interest rates. These are just some of the things that can occur, one of which might occur, or maybe all of them might happen. The idea is to keep you in your home with a comfortable payment that you can show on paper that you can afford to make. I've seen some amazing adjustments made for people's loans, and even in my personal and professional life being a loan modification agent, I've even seen people have tens of thousands of dollars of property taxes owed that were paid by the bank in a modification. At this point, you might be saying, Dave, it sounds great. Modification sounds like the way to go. But do I qualify for one? I've been turned down over and over again by banks that say my loan to value is too high, or my DTI or some other initials are too high or too low. Well, with a modification, those things will actually help you get the modification because they're considered hardships. Homeowners who have an adjustable rate mortgage where the rate is going to adjust and they can't refinance. Homeowners who can no longer make their mortgage payment or are behind on the mortgage. And homeowners who owe more on their home than it's worth or have very little equity, otherwise known as upside down. These are all reasons to qualify for a loan modification. Some other reasons: homeowners who are considering walking away from their home or a short sale, which could have serious tax consequences. Homeowners whose income is less than their expenses, where they spend more than they make, which is many of us. And also homeowners who experience a decrease in income, have unexpected medical bills, etc. Really anything that's making it impossible or near impossible for you to continue making your mortgage payment as it is right now. So just to recap, anything that makes it so you can't refinance probably makes you a good candidate for a loan modification. Before we go any further, I just want to let you know I'm available for a one-on-one phone consultation. It's no charge, just we can talk about your particular situation. I can see if modification is a good fit for you or not. Just call the number above here, 877-776-3758, or visit the webpage at myloan-modification.com. This brings us to our next subject, the bank. Why would the bank want to modify my loan? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but the most number one is they want to cover their butts. Why would a bank modify my loan? Well, it costs the bank a lot of money to foreclose a house. Upside down houses lose the bank even more money. Too many foreclosures ruin the bank's assets and cause them to fail, as many have already. An underperforming asset is better than a worthless asset for the banks. Remember all those crazy loans that the banks were handing out that many of us got? Those ARMs, those neg-am loans? Well, they're really profitable for a while, but they've come back to bite the banks in the butt. And that's why they're trying to mitigate their losses. In fact, they call the departments inside the banks that do loan modifications loss mitigation departments. This brings us to our next section. What counts as a hardship? These are what the bank wants to see, that you have a hardship that it's making it impossible for you to pay your mortgage. Perhaps your interest rate has jumped up, which is otherwise known as payment shock. Perhaps you've gotten sick or one of your loved ones has gotten sick as an illness. Reduced income for just about any reason really counts as a hardship. Perhaps the reduced income is because of a failed business, which is extremely common. There might have been a death or a divorce in the family, or medical bills that are piling up for just usual health care, or even or a serious injury. Many other hardships that reduce your ability to keep up with your current mortgage are considered hardships that will be necessary for you to qualify for a loan modification. Well, what do I do now? It sounds like a loan modification is a good fit for me. My advice is speak with a professional. Focus on the long term, know your rights, and learn about the tax consequences that could possibly arise if you aren't able to modify your loan, if you have to do a short sale or you end up foreclosing. In many states, this can be a very serious item that you need to take a look at because it could set you back hundreds of thousands of dollars. I highly recommend speaking with a professional because loan modifications aren't an easy thing to do, and sometimes they take a while to get done. It takes a lot of hard work and persistence with the bank to get them done properly and to lean in your favor, not the bank's. The bank wants to modify your loan. However, they're representing themselves, and there's nobody there to represent you if you don't have professional help. The banks want to give you a modification that's more lean to their terms and not yours. There are certain rights that you need to know about, and a professional can help you learn about these rights and help to protect them through the use of maybe a CPA, financial planner, real estate attorneys, and the like. Our particular company, we have access to these in our programs. I'm always available once again for a direct one-on-one phone conversation at the number above. We've been doing this for quite a while, and we have great success with some modifications. We're based in San Diego, which is pretty much ground zero for some of the real estate problems. So just go ahead and give me a call if you have any questions, and we'll talk about your particular situation. The federal government does have a program called the Hope Now program, and I recommend that people give them a shot as well. It's a free program that the government offers. However, they get over 47,000 calls a day, if I remember correctly. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather speak to somebody one-on-one from day 1 through day 90 or however long it takes to get a modification or to work through what I'm going to do with my home if I can't make payments or even reach a modification agreement. Being one out of 47,000 every day with a government agency sounds a little crazy to me, but to each their own. But I hope you'll take some kind of action to help save your home. Now, just to recap on how to get through these tough times if you're having problems with your mortgage, stay focused on the long term, keep a positive outlook. Just keep that positive outlook throughout daily life anyway, but especially now. Don't get distracted by the problems of today. Know your options and seek the advice of professionals. A positive outlook and a focus in the long term will help you avoid the pitfalls of today. If you focus on a narrow short term and just worry about tomorrow's bills, you're not going to be able to pay the bills 6 months from now or even 12 months from now. In order to keep a positive outlook and to be a little bit happier generally in life, it's always a good idea to set some long-term goals and achieve some short-term goals to achieve those long-term goals. Once again, I hope this video helped you a little bit to understand loan modifications. It's kind of a scary word out there. Finance hasn't been too friendly to a lot of people lately, and I hope this video helps out. Once again, I'm available to be contacted pretty much 24/7, but sometimes I gotta sleep. But I do take all my calls and call everybody back who calls me. Even though I do get a lot of calls and I help a lot of people. The number is 877-776-3758. My name's Dave. That's 877-776-3758. This video actually has a lot of people that have downloaded it and learned about loan modifications, and hopefully you could talk to one of them, or you might even know a friend or neighbor that I helped out. Once again, visit the website myloan-modification.com or give me a call at 877-776-3758. And don't forget, things are looking up. Take care.